We begin in France. Across the country, clashes have erupted between the police and protesters after police official fatally shot a teenager. Well, this is the second consecutive night of chaos now. Well, violence was witnessed in the working-class Paris suburb of Nanterre. Protesters threw fireworks at police and set cars on fire. Clashes were also witnessed in the northern city of Lille and Toulouse in the southwestern region. Police said the situation in cities like Dijon also remained tense. French authorities deployed thousands of personnel amid fears that violence could escalate further. At least 150 people are now arrested across the French Republic. The killing of the teenager has also caught the attention of French President Emmanuel Macron. Well, Macron has described the second night of violence as unjustifiable. This morning, he held a crisis meeting with ministers where he denounced the attacks on state institutions.
After protesters and riot police clashed in a Paris suburb, French President Emmanuel Macron on Wednesday described as inexcusable the shooting of a teenager by French police during a traffic stop. It was a rare criticism of law enforcement by the president, hours after the incident triggered unrest on Tuesday night. Prosecutors did not identify the victim, but according to a neighbor and acquaintance of the family, he came from an Algerian family and his first name was Nael. 31 people were arrested and dozens of cars were burned, mostly in Nanterre, Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin said. Prosecutors say the 17-year-old failed to comply with an order to stop his car. The officer fired and he subsequently died from his wounds. A video shared on social media, verified by Reuters, shows two police officers beside a car. One shoots as the driver pulls away. A homicide investigation has been opened. The two officers, aged between 38 and 40, were experienced, according to Darmanin. Paris Police Chief Laurent Nunez told BFM TV that the justice system would need to decide whether or not their actions were appropriate. Residents of the Paris suburb say they're saddened by the event.
It's tragic. We're still talking about human life. So I don't know. I'm saddened for the family.
I think there were faults on both sides, and the state has a responsibility. They should be managing this, since it's starting to get out of hand. But I think that starting a revolt like what happened yesterday will not change things.
There have been 2 fatal shootings during traffic stops in France so far in 2023. In 2022, a record 13 people were killed in such circumstances, compared to 3 in 2021 and 2 in 2020, according to a Reuters tally. It showed the majority of victims were black or of Arab origin.
For more, our correspondent Ross Cullen is joining us live now from Paris. So we know that French President Emmanuel Macron, he called an emergency cabinet meeting this morning in the wake of these violent clashes that erupted across the country overnight. Bring us up to date.
Yeah, well, this is the front page of a newspaper, Libération. If you can see it there, it says police à la dérive, so police force on the slide. And what it shows is 2 police officers. They're the ones in the white helmets looking into this yellow car here. And this man here is holding a weapon pointed inside the car. This is the social media video which has been circulating online and is actually on the front page of many newspapers this morning here in France, showing that still from that video, which is 2 police officers alongside a stationary vehicle. Then there's a gunshot heard during the video, then the car careers off and crashes into a wall, and the teenage driver Nael M was shot dead. That has led to 2 consecutive nights of violence. We saw riots again last night in many more cities across town than the previous night, which was Tuesday into Wednesday. On Wednesday night into Thursday in Bordeaux, in Toulouse, in Lille, in Lyon, many cities across France, the city halls were targeted and burnt, schools were targeted, police stations, trams, whole trams set on fire. So not just cars, actual long public transport vehicles torched by demonstrators, and fireworks set off. Many police officers were injured, there were stones thrown, and 150 people were arrested. As you say, President Emmanuel Macron has described the latest violence as unjustifiable and the killing of the teenager as unforgivable.
Well, 2 nights, the violence, as you say, there. Are we expecting even more?
The authorities are saying that they are hoping that calm will be restored, but we are expecting a march this afternoon, this Thursday afternoon, French time, 2 p.m, what's known as a white march, when people wear white, and it is usually, unfortunately, takes place if there has been an attack or somebody has died in a tragic circumstance, particularly somebody young. And so there will be this white march this afternoon in Nanterre, and the suburb where this took place, to the west of Paris city centre. We are expecting that to pass off peacefully. Emmanuel Macron mentioned it in his crisis meeting this morning, hoping that it would be a peaceful march. But it does seem likely that there could well be more violence this evening, Thursday night into Friday.
Okay, Ross Cullen, thank you so very much indeed, keeping us up to date from Paris today.